Welcome,
This
welcome.
meeting is being recorded.
Hi, Jamie.
Hi, good evening. It's good to
everyone.
see everyone.
Hi, everybody.
Hey,
Hey, Sylvia. Hey, Barbara.
Hi, Nellie.
how you doing, Nelly?
Good. How you guys doing?
I'm good.
Good.
I'm eating food, so I don't want to be rude.
Hi, Carol.
Hi, everybody.
Hi,
Hi.
Anita.
How are you?
Hi.
Good. How are you?
Hi, Yasmin.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, Mentha.
Hey.
Hello.
Hi. Well, you guys throw in the chat. Where's everyone coming from today? Where are we having everyone come from? Let's show some love in the chat to where we're at.
Jamie, I'm going to mute all, but you're going to have to unmute yourself.
Got it. All right, Tampa, Los Angeles, California, Lakewood. Hello, hello, Pennsylvania, Sarasota. Good to see everybody. Fresno. All right. Let's see, what time do we got? Okay, well, we'll go ahead and get started. I think some will keep jumping on here, but we'll jump right in. Hi, everyone. In case I haven't met you or you don't know me yet, my name is Jamie Deavy. I live in Tampa, Florida, and I have been on the 5-in-1 program since the end of December, so really January, and I've been a coach since April. Absolutely loving it, loving the program. You know, before I jumped on program, to let you know a little bit about me, I was miserable. I had just had a baby and I had gained back a lot of the weight I had lost at one point in time. And I just could not keep up with that 1-year-old. He was driving me into the ground. And then I have an older son who was graduating high school, and I was determined to not hate the photos and hate myself in them and have to hide behind people. So I made it a goal to lose 30 pounds in 5 months, and I was able to reach that goal and supersede it. I was able to lose 57 in those 5 months, and I was ecstatic and have maintained it and loved it. And I feel better. I have a clearer head. I can think better. I have more energy. I mean, this program has taught me so much and it's given me so much. And now I have that opportunity to share it with others by coaching, which is very, very fulfilling. And helping someone to reach their health goals is very rewarding, and no other feeling can grant that to you. And you know, one of the ways that we can all reach our health goals is learning how to eat every 3 hours. So let's go ahead and open up our life books, jump into element 8, and take a look at how we can make this a healthy habit of ours. All right, so tonight we're going to go ahead and we are going to learn the value and the benefits of eating every 3 hours. We're going to identify the key to reaching our healthy weight. We're going to use our habits of health clock. And that is going to help us to create a fueling plan that will be able to work for whatever schedule we have. And we're going to explore the ways that we can install this habit of eating every 3 hours within our lives. I know we all live busy lives. We're crazy. I mean, there's so much to do, not enough time in the world. So to think about focusing on eating every 3 hours just seems impossible and something you don't want to do. However, there are many studies, as we see, that have suggested that by eating more frequent, smaller meals, there are so many benefits that we can gain from this. Benefits like decreasing our hunger throughout the day, or even decreasing the food intake that we're taking because we're not overeating because we're starving. One study that is quoted in our element 8 shows that those who eat at least 6 times a day ate fewer calories, consumed healthier foods, and had a lower body mass versus those who ate less than 4 times a day. The study also shows that by eating more frequently, this has a positive effect on our cholesterol and insulin levels. Now, if you think about what we're traditionally geared to do, sit down and eat 3 meals a day, breakfast, lunch, dinner. At those times, because we've gone so long without eating, we tend to eat too much food at that one time. This then causes that indigestion, which makes us feel stuffed and sluggish. And then in between those meals, we're starving. So we can feel shaky, we feel weak, and we feel tired because we don't have the energy and the fuel that our bodies are needing in order to carry us through. This especially affects anyone who is a pre-diabetic or a diabetic. And for those who avoid eating breakfast because they're running out the door and they don't have time, this can cause the hunger and the overeating for that first meal of the day. So to avoid all those negative effects, we're going to go ahead and focus on using smaller feedings, which we will call fuelings because we are fueling our body with energy. And we're going to do this throughout the day. And this will ensure that, one, the body has a constant source of healthy food to maintain that energy level throughout the day. And two, it'll keep the body in a balanced state of energy intake and then utilization, if I can say that word correctly, without overloading your digestive system. Now, we need to know strategies. So one of the strategies to help us reach and maintain this healthy weight is to engineer an optimal day for ourselves. This is going to look different from every person. Everyone has different schedules. So the key is to do it what is good for you. This will help us to transform our health, to reach our goals, and then to make good choices. To help us with this, we are going to build and look at a habits of health clock. This clock is designed to build routines and habits which will help us pave the way to this optimal health and well-being. Our daily repetition of these same actions and behaviors, this will help us to transform from our current state right now that we're in to the healthy state that we desire for ourselves. This is not something we can just do for a week. This is a 24-hour, 7 days a week, 365-day focus. Because once you make that routine, your body will function properly. It's meant to assist you at all times to be able to integrate to a healthy well-being. Let's go ahead and take a closer look at this Habits for Health clock. It is on page 186. Now, if we look at that diagram, those dark blue, the hours of 23 through 6, that is an 8-hour period. That dark blue segment, that represents an 8-hour period of our highest quality sleep. Now that may look different for, whoever, depending on what time you need to go to bed and wake up, but that's what we need to focus on, is having that quality 8 hours of sleep. That we'll touch on later on. The hour prior to us going to sleep, that is our wind down period where we are preparing our body to enter that restful state. Now the hour following our wake up, that is to ramp ourselves up, prepare ourselves for that day, to start expending that energy. And then the rest of the hours, that's all in orange, that's where we need to break into segments to help create that fueling schedule. Now, if we look at a fueling schedule, we want to do two things. We want to start that fueling schedule by eating something within 30 to 60 minutes with waking up. So first thing, we need to get ourselves going. We need to get that fuel and that energy going in our bodies. Then we want to make sure once we have that first fueling that we're eating at least every 3 hours. We can do it sooner, but by every 3 hours, we need to make sure we are fueling our body. Now, once we're able to map out a schedule for ourselves that fits within our schedules, then we just have to adjust it and we can not only use this for our weight loss, but you can use this throughout your life. You can use this in future to come. It will follow you through your health optimization. No matter if we're on the 5-in-1 plan, eating the prepackaged foods, or if we've transitioned over and we're eating healthy whole foods. This every 3 hours will still follow us. It is a habit that we can carry on for life, no matter where we are in our goals for health. Now, in order to install this habit, we're going to use the Habits of Health transformation cycle. This is our cue, routine, instant reward, and long-term investment. So for that cue, we can figure out how are we doing this. It can be we need to do an alarm. We can use that Habits of Health app. And you know, with the app, that really helps you because not only will it help you set up a schedule, but it's going to notify you when it's time to eat. So if you don't want to sit here and think about, oh, I got to count out every 3 hours, the app will alert you. Hey, time for you to take another fueling. So it's a very good tool to use. Now that routine that we're setting in, how are we going to accomplish this? It's going to be the timing, the location, the fuelings. What are, where are we doing all these things? Having our fuelings maybe planned out ahead of time is much more beneficial. Or knowing that, hey, when that first fueling comes, I'm gonna be in my office at my desk, so maybe I'll grab a bar or a shake. And then when this fueling comes, I'll be at home. Maybe I can make a pasta. So knowing where you're at and when those feelings are going to come, help us to keep that routine going and preparing for that. That instant reward, that's huge because that helps gratify our bodies. So the instant reward, eating more frequently means that we're not starving. That is why we have to have the app to let us know to eat because we're not hungry. Beautiful, right? You're not sitting there hungry. You're not worried about it. You have a ringer go off. Oh, okay. All right. I'll grab a bite and keep my body fueling. Not only that, we will have more energy because we're continually fueling our body. So with that more energy, we're not going to be that 3 o'clock that it hits. Everyone knows it. That's when everyone goes looking for that coffee. That's when the Starbucks run. That's the longest line, 3 o'clock at Starbucks, because everyone's needing that pick-me-up. But if you are fueling your body every 3 hours, you will have that energy to sustain you. Now we look at long-term investment. Not only will this help us to lose weight, to reach our goals, but hey, our productivity is going to increase because we're constantly fueling our body with this fuel. So now we have more energy, we're clear-headed, we're thinking, and we're becoming healthier. So we become a better version of ourselves. So in review, what are the benefits that we have for eating every 3 hours? Well, more energy for one, less hunger, and fewer calories consumed, which equals weight loss. The key to reaching and maintaining this healthy weight in our system is that ability to eat every 3 hours. Make sure our body is constantly being fueled. And we have that health of habits clock to assist us in creating that plan, that fueling plan and schedule that will allow us to work around our own schedules. And finally, to install this habit in our lives, we're going to use the Habits of Health transformation cycle, the cue, routine, instant reward, and long-term investment. So this is what I was able to glean from this element 8. I would love to hear your comments, thoughts, successes, or challenges that anyone has had with this element. Sylvia, go ahead and come off mute.
Hey, Jamie. Excellent job. This one is, you covered that so in all the main points so wonderfully. We really appreciate that and appreciate the value, and congratulations on how wonderful you're doing on the program too. That means a lot. It's encouraging to us. This one is near and dear, I think, to our hearts because this is what we live and do and breathe every day. This is how we live. And sometimes it can be a challenge maybe for a client in the beginning, because we're accustomed to feeding our stomach as opposed to our entire body. And so we may want to wait until it's hungry before, but you brought out so many points on the value of eating every 2 to 3 hours. One of the things that it brings out in the Dr. A's Habits of Health book is that when we eat every 2 to 3 hours, it turns on our fat burning system. And that's something that we may not think is happening, but it is. So even if we're eating, then our body is constantly in the position to be burning calories. Our metabolism continues to increase. Our muscle mass is protected. It suppresses our appetite. Our energy levels go up, and our cholesterol goes down. And you brought out the point that is very valuable for those of us who have to deal with either being pre-diabetic or diabetic because of how it levels off the insulin. So great points. We really appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you, Sylvia, and thanks for bringing in the those other points. That's awesome. Carol, you want to go ahead and come off mute?
I was just thinking, mic drop for you. Excellent job, especially since I know you're one busy lady. So you killed it, and I appreciate that very much. I'm so proud of you. And the only thing that I had to add is a very small little thing, but I was listening to the replay and then I circled it in my book. Not the replay, but the call on YouTube. And then I circled it in my book, that verbiage, and you brought it out too, about remembering it's a daily repetition. And that's what a lot of our clients have a tendency to get frustrated with themselves, because they're not able to keep up. So then they say, I can't do it. I can't do it. And they quit. Don't quit. Don't quit. We're all learning little habits. And it's the daily repetition, the constantly doing it over and over and over again. Like you mentioned, it's 24 hours a day. It's 7 days a week, 52 weeks in a year. It is all the time. And we're all on the journey. We're doing it together. So yes, you might have a hiccup here and there, but it's a habit we're trying to create, and we just have to go back to the beginning and keep going. Don't quit. That's the main thing.
Yes, thank you. Don't quit. Wonderful. Nellie, go ahead and come on off and let us hear from you.
Hello, and you do a wonderful job. And one thing for me with these fuelings is being the more easy. And for my work, I just pack it in the morning. I know what I gotta eat. It just like they help us so much. If we're busy, have a busy schedule, then we don't have to worry about making lunch or making a big meal to take, because it's just so easy. You open your purse and then, or you make your shake and then you drink it, and you still driving, and then you get to your job, and it just is delicious. Because to me, some of the things that some people don't like and other people like, we can change it. We can find on YouTube the hacks. Then you can change things. You can make cookies. You can make different things with our own fuelings. And I just think they help a lot. And like Carol said, no quit, because it's just like there's so many things we can do with the fuelings, and we know every fueling, like you say, they have vitamins, they have carbohydrates, and the best thing is we eating, we not hungry, and we still losing weight.
Yes, thank you, Nellie. Very, very good. Flossie, if you can go ahead and come on off mute.
Yes, I noticed one thing about the fuelings. It was rather irritating for me at first, trying to eat every 2 hours, trying to remember. But then Stan told me how I can just, set an alarm, and that way it became easier. Now it's like I just take everything, throw it in my lunch bag, and wherever we go, we're in the car, driving around or whatever, I have everything right there. The alarm goes off and I just pick it up and eat it. It just makes it so much easier now.
Yes, absolutely. That's one of the things I've noticed. We'll be driving in the car and everyone's like, oh, I'm hungry. And I'm like, oh, I got my food. I don't have to look for anything. I'm good to go. But yes, I love that aspect of our feelings as well. James, go ahead.
Yeah, one thing I love about the eating every 2 to 3 hours. So you kind of mentioned for those that are just busy on the go and you got kids and dogs and jobs and just life. Um, Telling me to eat every 2 to 3 hours can kind of be overwhelming. And so what I love about the feelings is that it's easy, it's simple, they're healthy alternatives and they're provided. So well, let's see, I was going to say I haven't been on the weight loss, the 5-in-1 plan, but I actually last 2 weeks ago got back on because I wanted to drop a little bit of body fat, not so much weight, but body fat. But 5 years into my health journey on optimization, I still eat the fuelings. And because even after the weight loss phase, when you go into maintaining, we still want to keep up that same habit of eating every 2 to 3 hours. And we talked about it, why, all the benefits. But I love eating every 2 hours, and I still eat the fuelings because, again, they're healthy. I know that I can grab one of those instead of something that's unhealthy. We just did a road trip from Central California to down into Orange County, Southern California, and I had my fuelings with me because I'm the guy that, I don't know, it's just a bad habit that when I'm driving, I have to stop at the 7-Eleven, the AM PM, and get the unhealthy snacks and the Snicker bars. And so by having my fuelings with me, it just made it so much easier and convenient. So even 5 years into my health journey and into optimization, still eating every 2 to 3 hours. And I'm still eating the fuelings to help me build muscle and maintain the weight.
Good for you. Thank you, James. Shannon, go ahead and come on off mute for me.
Okay, can you hear me? Hi, my name is Shannon, and I'm actually new to the program. I came in under Ina Garner, and I'm just now, thank you. I'm just now actually attending the meeting for the first time, actually starting the program. I got my box. I hadn't yet started it, but listening to everyone give their testimonies about how it's helping them, how it actually benefits them, and the actual outcome of sticking to the program. Listening to your testimony from having a pregnancy and sluggish. Well, I'm diabetic. Unfortunately, it's not pregnancy here with me, but I have a lot of health issues, kidney failure, heart disease, different things right now that's pegging me that I want to try to work through to give myself a better quality of life that I have left. So watching Ina and also Stanley go through their journey, or just the little bit that I have observed of their journey, has really inspired me. So it's moved me to want to go ahead and give it a try.
Oh, thank you so much and welcome.
Thank you.
We're
Thank
so
you.
happy to have you. And thank you for sharing your briefly your story, and you'll see there's quite a few that have that are diabetic on here that have really been able to help themselves and get off some of those meds. So we are going to cheer you on, and we're so excited to hear from you next week as well. See how you're doing. Wonderful. Elizabeth, go ahead and jump on off mute.
Hi, everybody. I am been on Optavia for 3 months, and I have loved I think it was chapter 8 you were talking about, element 8, and eating every 3 hours. Oh my gosh, it's been so amazing because I run dogs for a living, and I run out of energy really, really quickly. And so it has kept my energy levels consistent, and it's been amazing. And I just, I was getting really tired and needing to sleep in the middle of the day, like a forced nap. And so I don't need those naps anymore. So, I mean, I still love naps, but don't get me wrong, but I don't need a forced nap. But I really enjoyed those topics that you're saying. And found that setting that alarm for myself is a great reminder. It's nice. My stomach tells me when I'm hungry still, but that it is a nice reminder, because I do go periods of time where I don't really feel hungry, and so it's just a gentle reminder, hey, you need to eat. So it's been a great program. I've lost let's see, I stepped on the scale this morning, 18 pounds as of today, so I'm really excited about that.
Oh, congratulations, Elizabeth, not only for that scale victory, but for your non-scale victory of not needing that mandatory nap. That is awesome. Do we have anyone else who would like to share any victories, challenges, anything they have just want to share? No? All right. Well, guess what, James? It's back in your court now.
All right. Jamie, thank you so much. You guys, can we please throw some love in the chat for Jamie? Jamie covered that element very well. That was really, really good. Yeah, so thank you for it. I know you got a lot of stuff going on, the family's sick. So appreciate you for preparing that and helping us lead the element this week. So you guys throw some love in the chat for Jamie and appreciation for her taking care of that for us. And as she said, we do have a few minutes. We have about 3 minutes, and we would love to hear from if there's anybody, if you guys over the past week since we've met, since we were together, if there's, so you guys don't have to hear me talk the next 3 minutes. Anybody have any non-scale victories, anything you guys would just love to share? Any questions, clients? If you guys have questions, there's about, man, I'm looking at my screen. Looks like the whole first page is we have about 15, 20 amazing coaches on, give you some great tips and ideas. Who we got? Okay, I don't want to butcher your name. I'm so sorry. Is it? She knows I'm talking about.
That's okay. Everybody butchers it. Don't worry about it.
Okay. How do you say your name?
Lakshmi.
Lakshmi. I love that. Nice. Go ahead, Lakshmi.
Yeah. Hi everybody. I've been on for a while, but I hardly ever talk because every time I'm on, I'm usually in the car. I'm never home in time to actually speak. I came on through Tamara, and Barbara is my coach, because the person who had me come on, she's not with us, but I am. I haven't given up, and I really appreciate you, Jamie. I appreciate everybody that's on here, because I always listen and I always take in everybody, what they say. And I've been struggling off and on, I've been on since last August, okay, and I've had hiccups along the way, but I never gave up. And that's what I got out of the element. And what somebody else was saying is that I kept going. No matter what, I just kept trying to keep starting over and over again and trying to get that repetition. And so like today, I rushed to get the gas and stuff in, and I had to go get something out of Costco's. And so, I love those Franks, and the doggone pizza is a really pain in the butt. Anyway, but I got my asparagus, I got what I needed, and I had my cup and said, just go get the ice. You have your container in that has, the strawberry lemonade. It's filled. You don't need nothing till you get home. Just keep going, girl, keep going. And so I kept going. And I got in the car and I made it here. I still was a little late, but I made it here. And I just wanted to say thank you for everybody. I started out at 220 and I'm at 175.6. So that's where I'm at. That's it.
That's it. That's it.
That's it.
Oh man, that was amazing. Wow. I love how she just what, so that's what my math is all off. I thought when you said you were struggling, it was going to be like, I'm down 4 or 5 pounds. Is that how many pounds are you down?
I don't know. I'm
Those
just
are ma-
down.
Those are mathematicians. It's a good 30 something pounds, she said. Oh, what, 50? 50 pounds. Look, she didn't even know that. Wow, so good. Thank you for sharing that. Such a win, such a victory. And thank you for appreciate you for being here and sharing. So good. Okay, that was good. Way to end our community call for this week. Let's see. We actually got a couple hands up. If you guys promise to keep it short, we do want to hear from you. Ina, is your hand up? And then we'll yeah, we can keep it short so we don't go over time. Or we're over time, but just keep it short. Go for it. Uh-oh. Ina, we can't hear
I
you.
had a non-victory this week. Can you hear me?
Yeah, all I heard was you have a non-skill victory this week.
Yeah,
Okay, what's that?
I went up a little bit, but I'm not gonna quit.
I love it.
Okay.
I love it. There it goes right there. We have challenges, we go up, but she's not going to quit. She's going to keep going. What's amazing is you have the best weight loss plan in the world. So where if you wanted to go down, you know what you got to do because you've done it before. So good. I love it. Thanks for sharing that. Blasi, we'll let you close us out.
I finally made it to Wonderland. I finally made it. I'm under 200 pounds. And that was my first goal, and I've achieved my first goal.
I love it. There it goes. On that note, we will wrap up. Blasi, thank you for sharing that. Thank you guys all for being here this evening. We'll see everybody next week, and we're going to dive back into our life book. We'll be in element 9 on how do you use the fuelings to reach a healthy weight. So we'll see you guys all next week. Thank you guys all for those that shared and for those that been here for your comments. And we'll see you guys next week. Have a good night. At this time, we are going to transition though into our coaching call. So for our clients, if you guys like, if you guys want, you guys are more than welcome to stay. We actually encourage you to stay. If you've even thought about what do we do as coaches, if your coach has been poking you a few times and telling you you would be an amazing coach and you'd be really, really good at this, might be beneficial for you to stay on and just kind of hear what we discuss and how we talk about you, our clients, and it's all good though, of course, because we love our clients. So good. Okay, cool. So who we got on? All right, guys. Well, welcome to our coaching call this evening. And before we jump into what we're going to be discussing today, which I think is going to be a great topic and subject, and the reason why I know it is because as I kind of survey the group and talk to different coaches, the last 2 weeks, I've been hearing a lot of people ask about this subject and this topic that we're going to talk about. So we're in store for some good things going on. But before we do that, we have some new coaches that we want to introduce to the team, some new coaches that we want to introduce to the family. There was actually 3 within the last week since we all met last week. I think only one of them is on, I believe. Yep. So Elizabeth's on. You guys heard from Elizabeth, but we're going to introduce Elizabeth to our coaching family. So Elizabeth, if you want to come off mute, she was the professional dog runner. And Elizabeth, if you can just share your story, because we would love to introduce you to your coaching family. And I think, I don't know if you're still driving, but
I am still driving, yeah. So I'll be real brief.
all right.
Sorry, I can't put my video on.
No problem.
So yeah, I'm so happy to be here and be a coach. James is my coach, and he's awesome. And he told me from literally day one that I would be good at this. I doubted him, but now I believe him, and because I do see that the program works, and it's a great, I'm feeling better, my body and my mind and my confidence level, and so I'm really just looking forward to learning and soaking up everything that all you coaches have to offer. And like I said, I'm the professional dog walker and pet sitter, so I'm constantly on the go all the time. So it's been an amazing program of keeping my energy going, and also just feeling better about myself. So I'm so excited to learn and I'm just so happy for the opportunity of soaking it all up.
Yeah, very nice. So good. Elizabeth, maybe share a little bit more about your story, like what's changed for you. Where were you at before you started? What's changed for you? And then what was the reason you did finally decide to become a coach?
So like I like to tell people on our calls, I was stalking James for about 5 years on Facebook, watching this program. And I was like, very skeptical, doubt it would work. And I finally broke down and said, okay, let me just try this. And so obviously it works. We all know it works. And I was at 28 years old, which was a few years ago, like I mentioned before, needing those mandatory naps, my A1C was high. And I was thinking to myself, at 28 years old, I shouldn't be pre-diabetic. Like, this is ridiculous. And it was because I was eating the wrong things. I loved bread. And that was my go-to, a bagel or a piece of toast, something. And then I was still feeling extremely tired and exhausted, having terrible migraines all the time. And so since being on that program, I don't have migraines anymore. I don't have terrible headaches throughout the day, and I don't need those mandatory naps. And I think one of the best things is being self-confident, comfortable in my own skin. I hated the way I looked before, and I wasn't getting compliments, and now I'm getting so many compliments and people asking me, what are you doing? And so I am just so, I don't want to get a big head over it, but I'm just like, I smile inside feeling so much better in my own skin. So it's really been amazing all the way around. And I really am a firm believer that people who try those other diets, they're going to gain the weight back within 2 years because nobody's holding them accountable for it, and I like the program that, James checks in on me, like, how are you doing? And it's like, I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, and that is not just accountability, but encouragement to keep going and not give up. Because there are some days that are tough. You smell at Publix. I don't know if anybody knows about Publix, but you smell the popcorn or you smell the nice baked goods and you crave those. Well, I don't crave those anymore, which is amazing. I'm starting to make better choices in my life. So, and people are noticing that. So it's great. I'm glad to be here.
There it is. So good. Thank you, Elizabeth, for sharing, and welcome to the team. Welcome to the family. So you guys heard that 5 years she watched, 5 years, consistent follow-up. And if I know that if I go back to the messages, I probably asked her about 98 times. Pretty sure. So when we say I asked them once or twice and nobody wants to coach, it's because we just haven't asked enough. And she's here. Oh, and she also did today, right before our call, she did her second health assessment, her second practice call. Couple days ago, 2 days ago, she signed up her first client, her first health assessment practice call. She also signed up her first client, which is also exciting. So congrats, Elizabeth, and welcome to the team. Welcome to the family. So cool. All right. And then I know we have two other new coaches, but they're not, I don't think they're here. Al Brown started a new coach on his team. Really cool guy. We got a chance to meet him at Think Life is Different Estates for the last Super Saturday. And then, and Flora actually brought on a coach, which we're super excited about. We did her journey kickoff. Her coach startup yesterday. And so I'm really excited for you guys to meet Michelle. She's down 30 some pounds. Her daughter did the program with her, is down 42 pounds. And she just decided to pay it forward and become a coach. So hopefully we can get her on soon so you guys can meet her too. Very cool. So that's actually what we're going to be discussing and talking about is, actually, we'll start off with the question. Guys, throw it in the chat. What is the number one way to build your Optavia coaching business? Throw it in the chat. What do you guys think? What's the number one way to build your Optavia coaching business? We got conversations. What else? Guys, take some guess, take some stabs at it. Live out loud, reaching new people, social media. These are all right, but no, maybe I'm not asking the question right. Nobody's really saying what I want to hear. But that could be me answering the question wrong. The number one way to build your Optavia coaching business, you guys, is, okay, I think we're getting closer. Supporting our clients, ask. Come on, somebody knows it. Al, Shadon. Tamara knows it. Oh, Tamara said lead your own health, ask, follow up, post, accountability. You guys, the number one way to build your Optavia coaching business, write this down, is sponsoring coaches. That is the number one way to building your Optavia coaching business, is sponsoring coaches. Clients is the lifeblood of our business. Yes, we are a complete health and wellness company, and clients is the lifeblood of our business. But the backbone of your Optavia business is, it's really simply how many coaches are you sponsoring and how many coaches are you helping and train to help them build their business. So with that being said, what I wanted to do for the next 15 minutes is I thought it'd be really, really cool to show those that are here that actually want to build their Optavia coaching business. I know we have a lot of people on this call that either want more time freedom, they want more finances, they want to replace an income, they want to work from home, they don't want to work for their job anymore. We have a lot of people in everyone's in different areas here. So the number one way we're going to do that and build that time freedom and that income to be able to do something like that is, it's how many coaches that you're bringing into your team every single month. So that's what we're going to spend the next few minutes really focus on and talking about, is just that one thing. How in the world do we sponsor coaches? Before we talk about how we sponsor coaches, I think just like you guys know we do with our program, before we talk about the how, we always talk about the why, right? So before we talk about the how, let's talk about why. Why do we sponsor? Let's actually throw that in the chat too. Why do you guys think, well, we just said it. It's the number one way to build your coaching business, but why do we sponsor? Because before we can sponsor and bring on coaches, I know a lot of us want to do that. Some of us maybe don't have any coaches yet. Some of us only have a few, but in order for us to start bringing on coaches, we must develop what we call a sponsoring mindset. So why do we sponsor coaches? You guys throw that in chat. And this one, there's no wrong answer. There's actually a lot of answers to this one. Ricky said duplications. Carol said to reach a lot of people that I cannot do alone. Yeah, I love that. That's a good one. I don't know if you guys saw a post I put up a couple days ago. I think it was last week. A few thousand. I looked at our back office on our organization, all the clients, and it was a few. I think it was 2,000 clients. But out of those 2,000 clients, Flora and I only personally helped only 10%. And so indirectly, I wouldn't have been able to reach 2,000 clients. That's because of you guys. It's because of the groups, because of the team. Tamara said, reach the next rank. Yep. Yeah. You can only go so far alone. You'll be stuck at ED if you do not bring coaches. That is so, so true. Okay, so let's jump into it. Because there actually is a lot to cover, and I'm gonna try to get it all so we're not going over time. Let me close that. So why do we sponsor, guys? Here are some things. Why do we sponsor? We talked about because it's the way to touch more lives. Again, those 2,000 lives, Flora and I personally wouldn't have been able to help all those people. By bringing on coaches, indirectly, we've been able to touch over 2,000 lives. We help more people with their life and not just their physical health. It's just a smarter business model. Because would it make sense? Would it be smart for me to go try to help those 2,000 people all by myself? Oh my goodness, it'd be another job. I'd be working another job. So now by sponsoring coaches and teaching coaches how to bring on coaches, it's just a way smarter business model. You're able to impact more by doing less. You're not in the fast lane all by yourself. It's in the client's best interest. You guys throw that in the chat. Why do you think coaching, from the stories, and think of your own story, why do you think coaching is in your client's best interest? Throw that in the chat. But we'll continue on. It helps moves Optavia's mission forward. You guys know what the mission is? When Dr. A created this mission, for those that went to convention or heard virtually, you got to hear Dr. A tell you what the whole mission of Optavia is to get the world healthy. You can't do it alone. Dr. A knew he couldn't do it alone. And he also couldn't do it with 10, 12, 15 coaches. We need more coaches. We need more people in order to do it. Financial freedom, earn healthier finances and early retirement. You guys sponsoring coaches gives you this. So for those that are here because you want this, financial freedom, early retirement, healthier finances, sponsor. You want to create more time freedom. You want to have a structured business, sponsor coaches. You can leave a legacy and you can will your business off to your children, and it's just fun. It's so much fun being able to do this with you guys and do this with the team. When we travel, went to convention together, it's so much fun to be able to do it together. So how do we move our clients to coaches? A lot of us are supporting many clients, okay? So how do we move our clients to coaches? These was about 10, 12 steps here. What I want to encourage you guys to do is take a screenshot or take a screenshot or picture of this, because there's ratios in our business. So for every 5 clients you have, we should have at least 1 or 2 coaches on your team. So now you can kind of do the ratios in your own business. If you have 5 clients, we should have at least 1 or 2, you should have 1 or 2 coaches on your team. If you're supporting 15 clients, we know for sure, because it's the numbers game, there's at least 3 to 4 coaches in there. If you're supporting 25 clients, there's at least 4 to 5 coaches in there. So if you look at your numbers and your ratios are off, it's probably because you're either skipping out some of these steps or you're not doing them. And so I'll kind of run through these real quick, but I want to encourage you guys as you go through these is identify which ones are you doing, which ones are you not doing. And how do we move a client to coach? You cannot, I repeat, you cannot just do one of these things. You must do all of these things. Okay. So again, if you have 15 clients, there's 3 coaches in there. If you're doing all of these things with those clients, you will move your clients. These are the action steps to move from clients to coach. So how do we do that? Great client support. You have to be supporting your clients very well. If you're not supporting them, you're not checking in on them, you don't know how they're doing, and then you reach out to them and say, hey, you should coach, they're probably not going to do it. Celebration calls is one of the best ways to move a client to coach. I was just on with Carol, and I was telling Carol, let's celebrate some more of your clients, even the ones that are 3 months in, 4 months in, a month in. It doesn't matter. And we can find any excuse to celebrate them. You guys, if your clients drank 84 ounces of water, get on the phone with your coach and celebrate them. Say, oh my goodness, that's amazing. I want to introduce you to my coach because you just drank 84 ounces of water today. Let's celebrate that. Any excuse you can find to get on and celebrate them, do it. It does not only have to be a 1 week and a 1 month celebration call, especially if you feel they would make a great coach. Share their story on social media with their friends, families, and coworkers. Encourage them to share. Facebook Live interviews. This is a really, really good one. That's one I need to get back to doing. But asking your clients if they can go on and do a Facebook interview, and you just have them ask them a few questions and have them share their story. Approach, I plus Q equals A. We're going to talk about that tonight. This is probably one of the best and most efficient ways to bring on coaches is I plus Q equals A. Offer coaching incentives. Talk with your support team first before you do that. Plant seeds early and water. Plant the seed early. I just did a health assessment with Elizabeth. We just did her second practice call. And even though it was a health assessment and a practice call, best believe on the health assessment, I told her she would be a great coach. And why am I doing that? Because I'm planting the seed early. I didn't ask her to become a coach. I didn't ask her, do you want to talk about it? I just planted the seed and told her, oh my goodness, you sound like a coach. When the time comes, you're going to be a great coach. And then I moved on, but I planted that seed early. So that's where we want to do that, is in that health assessment, is planting the seed about coaching. Layering, coaching, chasing better. Shadon's going to talk about that today. Integrate more into the community, client page, the Habits of Health trilogy calls, and then integrate into the transformational, the Habits of Health book, the life book, and the app. So why or who do I want in my organization? What's amazing, you guys, about our business is that we can pick and choose who we want to work with. And that's one thing I love. If you go to your job, I'm sure the people that you're sitting next to at work, you did not pick and choose them. You probably don't even like some of them. but what's really cool is that here you can pick and choose who you want to work with. You can pick and choose your business partners. So when developing a sponsoring mindset and figuring out who do you want in your organization, this is a good exercise, is to identify what are the qualities of people that you want to work with. These are also people that will make great coaches. So this is a hint right here. If you're trying to identify, well, who should I offer coaching to, is people that are passionate, natural leaders, people that are self-motivated, go-getters. When I go through this list, I think about a lot of us, think about a lot of you guys on this call, organized, successful in other areas of their life, cultured. Look at our team. We're very, very cultured. Get along with others. They have integrity. I want people that have good work ethic. I want good-looking people. It's a lot easier when good-looking people become coaches. It's a lot easier. They're coachable, they're committed, and they're innovative. So these are some of the qualities I personally wrote down when I'm looking for who I want in my organization, who I want to partner with. What are some activities that increase sponsoring? So if you want more coaches on your team, here are the activities that you want to start doing. Every single month, have a new candidate coach list of potential coaches. That is number one for a reason. Doing a full share. When we do our health assessments, is offer and talk about the full trilogy, not just weight loss. When you're sharing your coaches, when you're sharing your story, are you sharing healthy body, healthy mind, and healthy finances, or are you only talking about weight loss? If Jamil would have only talked about healthy body, I would not be here because I was not looking for healthy body. But because Jamil talked about healthy mind and a lot about healthy finances, I reached out to him wanting to know about the coaching opportunity. And so because I reached out, a lot of us are here because Jamil did not just talk about weight loss, he talked about healthy body, healthy mind, and healthy finances. You do not know what your Facebook friends and followers are looking for. You might have people that are like me that are not struggling with their weight, but maybe they hate their job, or they want more time freedom, or they're looking for an opportunity to impact and make more income. So you want to do a full share when sharing your story. This also applies to social media. If I go look at your Facebook page right now, and I scroll and look at your last 5, 6, 7 posts, does your Facebook page only show healthy body or weight loss? Or do I see in there how the program is helping you out mentally, how the program is helping you out financially. So when I have people reach out to me, because I post about all of that, I don't only have people reaching out asking me about Healthy Body, but they're asking me about the coaching opportunity because I'm very intentional with posting and sharing the full trilogy. Cool. Okay, I'll run through these real quick because we got a lot more. Asking for referrals. When you ask for referrals, you guys, the goal is never take a referral. That's the goal. Of course, we'll take them, but try not to take a referral. Instead, when someone gives you a referral, ask them, are you going to coach them or am I? Okay. Use your map. This is the tool we use to go from our client to coach ratio tracker. Soft skills, we talked about that, offering the full trilogy. Using the word explore a lot. We're going to talk more about that. During the meet and greet, who wants to coach with you? We just did that when I did a meet and greet for our new coach. I asked her, not only did I ask her, who do you want to impact physically? I said, hey, who are some great coaches? Who do you want to coach with you? So we're already, even though we just did her meet and greet yesterday, she just bought her coaching kit 2 days ago. I have a sponsoring mindset. I'm already asking her who wants to coach with you. During the senior coach celebration call, which of your first 5 clients will be your first coach? Remember, there's a ratio, 1 in 5. Bringing up sponsoring every time you chat with the coach. Again, this is sponsoring mindset. Business coaches, for those that have coaches on your team, the next time your coach message you and say, I brought on a new client, tell them that's amazing, that's great. Who's your next coach? And if you guys work with me, you guys know I've done that quite a few times. The client pages, congratulate, live out loud on social media, promote all aspects of the trilogy, not just before and afters. Okay. Okay, so I plus Q equals A. This is, you guys, probably one of the best ways. How much time we got? Got about 3 minutes. Probably one of the best ways to acquire and bring coaches on your team. Okay, so write this down. Take notes on this, you guys. So when it comes to the I plus Q equals A, it starts off with a list. We must have a coaching candidate list. Ideally is at least 60 names. So when you're done with this tonight, for those that are serious about building their business, pull out a clean piece of paper and number it 1 through 60. And then on that list, you're going to write down names of potential coaches. You want to know how, one of the ways I know a coach has a sponsoring mindset is when I get on to do their map call, and you guys know on the older map, it has the column that says potential coaches and potential clients. When I get on a map call, the first thing I look at is that if their potential coaching list is bigger than their potential client list, I know that that coach has a sponsoring mindset. So we want to have a list of people that we want to approach with the coaching opportunity. I heard this on a training, or I think it was in Grow Global a couple months ago, is sponsoring mindset is we're not looking for people that want to lose weight and then asking them, do they want to coach? But instead, we're looking for great coaching partners that, by the way, want to get healthy and lose some weight. So you guys see that shift, that mindset shift of I'm looking for coaching partners, by the way, that want to get healthy and want to lose some weight. So what is I plus Q equals A? What does that stand for? Is identify their needs, qualify their attributes, and approach them to explore. What we're doing here is we're looking and seeing if there's a window of opportunity. That's pretty much it. Actually, let me see. I want to share one more thing with you guys. I had this here. No, it's okay. I'll just send it to you guys just for the sake of time. I'll send it in the in our coaching groups. Okay, let me go back to share. And then let's go through this I plus Q equals A. So again, we have a list of at least 60 names. And we want to have names of people that are potential coaching partners. So how do we approach them with coaching? First, you want to identify their needs. What are their needs? For some people, it might be, for our clients, it might be accountability. So next to their name, you're going to write that. Does this client need accountability? Are they a client that's always falling off or they're always struggling? They need coaching because they need accountability. It might be they need time, or they might need freedom or finances. That's another identify a need that people might have. Maybe you're talking to your client when you're doing your check-in, you're getting to know them, and they don't like their job and they feel like they don't have any purpose or fulfillment. That's another need that you can identify. So these are with our clients. Those are 3 ways: is purpose, fulfillment, finances and time, or accountability. Okay. So then now that we write down their needs and what they're looking for, next to their name, you want to qualify what are their attributes. What are the attributes that would make them a great coach? So next to their name, what qualities do they have that would make them a great coach? I just showed you guys some of those qualities. Are they passionate? Are they self-motivated? Are they organized? Are they successful? Do they get along with others? Do they have good work ethics? Are they good looking? Are they coachable? Are they committed? Are they innovative? These are things, remember, we're looking for in people and business partners and coaching partners. So next to their name on your list, write down what are the qualities that they possess that you feel that would make them a great coach. Now, once we've done that, all you're going to go do is approach them. You're going to go approach them and ask them would they be open to exploring what coaching would look like. So what does that look like? What does that sound like? Here's a few examples of the approach. Okay, Jamie, I have to be honest with you. I think you would make an incredible health coach based on some of the things you've shared with me, like whatever they've shared with you on their calls. You're doing great on program. You're crushing it. You're down 50 pounds and 57 pounds in 5 months. Jamie, you're such a inspiring person. People love you. I love seeing you on Facebook, the way you interact with your kids. I think you would be really, really good at this. Jamie, would you be open to exploring it to see if maybe it would be a good fit for you? You guys, this is probably the most important question here is, would you be open to exploring it? Use that word explore a lot. I'm not telling her, hey, Jamie, you should coach. Hey, Jamie, you should coach. Hey, Jamie, coach. But I'm going to ask her, would she be open to exploring it and just having a conversation? Okay. The integrated client, what does that sound like? Jamie, I haven't shared this with you, but I have to be honest. I really believe you'd make a great coach. You love the program. You're already talking about it. You are literally coaching everyone in the client site, and you love people. There's such a huge need for coaches who have heart and passion like you. I think it's time to explore what it would look like for you. Are you open to checking it out and having a conversation about it? Okay. Here's another one. I've only been coaching, as you know, for a few weeks, and honestly, I don't even know what I'm doing. I've already helped a few people, including you. My coach teaches me everything I need to know, and I've already made a couple $100. I can't get you off my mind, as I think this would really bless your family, especially during these interesting times with inflation. You just got laid off your job, you hate your job, whatever it might be, you plug it in. Would you be open to jumping on a webinar this Tuesday, or would you be open to exploring it and seeing what coaching would look like for you? How do we approach the non-client, someone that's not your client? Hey, Jamie, I have to tell you. So that list, you guys know that list of 60 names, most of those people might be people that are not your clients because they just have the qualities that you feel would be a great coach. Hey, I have to tell you that I've had you on my mind lately, and I don't know if you've ever been interested, but I just have to say you would make a great coach. You have one of the biggest hearts. So we identified, right? You guys see we identified, Now we're going to qualify. What are the qualities that she has? You have the biggest hearts around. People love you. You're so outgoing. You're one of the most successful people I know. How do I know they're going to say yes to be open to exploring it? Because I just told them why they would make a great coach. Right here, we just qualified them. In the past few months, I've earned X amount of dollars, but even more than the money, it's the lives that you get to help. That's amazing. Again, here's the approach. Here is the approach. Would you be open to exploring it further? We're hosting some calls, or would you be open to jumping on a call with me and my coach? And we can explore it further and see what coaching would look like for you. That there is the approach, my friends. Let's see. I do want to show you guys one more. If you guys, I know we're over time. This is recorded, so if you guys need to jump off and you watch it, the playback, you can. But I'm going to send this in our coaching group. Here are more examples of the I plus Q equals A. So again, identify, qualify, approach. This is how to get success with sponsoring. Remember, the goal is to see if there's a window of opportunity, if they're open to exploring it and seeing how it fit into their lives and having a deeper conversation about it. That's all I want to do. I just want to see if you're open to having a conversation about it. So the keys, we want to identify, create a list of potentials. We talked about a list of 60, qualify, what are the qualities and attributes, and then approach. Gently throw in your financial blessings up to this point and use the word explore a lot. This is really cool, you guys, if you guys want some more examples of what the I plus Q equals A will look like. So just for example, the approach to Kelsey. So here we wrote down, here's the list of 5 people. Started off with Kelsey, my cousin who I spoke about, who the Nursing Moms program. Here's her attributes and her qualities. She's 1 week in and she's loving it. She has the time and flexibility in her schedule. She needs money. She's a great person who connects with people. She's in a very authentic way. And she has a lot of nursing mom friends who can relate to her story. So what is that approach going to sound like to Kelsey? Hey, I was just thinking about you. I don't know if the timing is right, but you'd make an incredible health coach. You're a rocking program. You're great. You guys see, we're just qualifying. You're great with people. You connect so authentically, and you have so many new mama friends who can relate. I've been coaching for a few weeks and I've earned close to $2,000, and it's helped me so much, even more than the money. And the text, it's the text message you get daily from people saying, thank you. You feel incredible. You would be amazing. Would you be open to exploring it a little more and seeing if this would make sense for you? This, you guys hear, and there's a lot more different examples of what that approach looked like, but it's all the same thing. I plus Q equals A. If you guys want to start sponsoring and bringing more coaches onto your team and build and grow your business, this I plus Q equals A is the best and probably the #1 way anybody, no matter where you at in your journey, where you're a brand new coach, you've been here for years, can bring on many more coaches. So what I would encourage you guys to do is do this, I plus Q equals A, with at least 2 people every single day. At least 2 people every single day. If you do that with 2 people every single day, what is that? That's, sorry guys, you guys hear Luna screaming? That's 60 people a month. 60 people a month, there's your list. Remember we said make a list of 60. There's 60 people a month you've approached. You did I plus Q equals A and you asked them, would you be open to exploring it? Let's say out of that 60, and I'm going to lowball it, let's say only 20 say, sure, I'll be open to getting on the phone and getting on Zoom and exploring it. I'm open to having a conversation about it. Sure, let's talk about it. Let's say only 20. Out of those 20, let's say half. No, we won't even say half. Let's say out of those 20 that get on the call, let's say only 5 decide that they want to become a coach. They want to pay it forward and they want to do this. They see how this can benefit them. Let's say only 5 say yes. Do you guys know that if you consistently brought on 5 coaches, let's say 3, I won't even go 5, we'll say 3, because 5 for a lot of us can be kind of overwhelming. Let's say 3, if you consistently brought on 2 to 3 coaches every single month, within the next 6 to 8 months, you could have a global director business. Don't focus on the 2 to 3 coaches. All you're going to focus on is what? Approaching I plus Q equals A, 2 people off your list every single day. That's it. This is how this business is built. All right, so we will wrap up there. I had Shadon that was going to teach us how to use, we'll do this next week on how to invite people into Chasing Better and how to use that group, because Chasing Better is another tool. After we approach them, we set up the call, how to get them on and use Chasing Better. But does anybody have any questions on that before we finish up? On the I plus Q equals A, pretty simple. Sound like something we can do? Yeah? Okay. Very cool. I'll put those documents in our support group. If you guys have any questions on it, let me know. I know we went way over time. Well, thank you guys for staying over for the few minutes. But this is important. This is how we build our business. This is the #1 thing. And I know a lot of us are here because we want to build a business. We want to help more people. So this is how it's done. Cool. All right, you guys have a great night. Thank you guys for being on, and we'll see you guys all next week.
Good night,
Bye,
everyone.
everyone.